Good girl. Here. Good girl. Here. Tara. Here. Good girl. Here. 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 So I'm going to go ahead and ask her to come to me backwards. Here. 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 Come on. Here. Good. Good girl, you're right. Nope, don't leave. Don't leave. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? It's not right. Come here. She's just confused because I've never done this part with her before. What are you doing? That's a good girl. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. Okay, so today we're going to introduce her to some ground poles or some little elevated poles to see if she can handle knowing what to do with her feet. She's interested in them, so I'm going to let her see them. I've also hung some equipment on the fence over there. It's all new. She's never seen equipment hanging on the fence. So we're going to go ahead and show her that. And ask her to actually see if she can move her feet over this ground pole. So she's a little afraid of those saddles over there. So she's not sure she wants to get any closer than right here. So I'm going to ask her with that kind of driving energy behind her. Good. Good girl. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her over here and let her look at this stuff. Today we're going to go ahead and introduce her to the Western saddle. That's what she's going to be ridden in. I brought two out. I'm going to do first a saddle fit, which is without the saddle pad. Make sure I have a saddle that fits her properly. And then I'm going to put her, probably go with the bareback pad first, and just get her back to doing her mounting block stuff, and see if we can't get a quick little ride in on her, and then maybe do the saddle. I'm not sure. Having a little discomfort in a shoulder that the cortisone shot has worn off on a little bit, and I may or may not get on her today, but I'm going to let her look. Good. The trick is you never put yourself on the opposite side of the horse from a scary object. So in other words, I'm in the right position to show her a scary object, because a scary object is something that would be like a driving energy, so it would cause her, if she's to spook or be scared, it would cause her to jump away from these things. I don't want to be on the other side of her when she jumps away. So I'm going to go ahead and ask her to keep going back and forth and look at them. And part of what that is I'm not going to let her tail, I'm not going to let her don't want them to ever perceive them turning their back on something as causing it to now chase them. So I'm asking her to zigzag back and forth, keeping her nose focused on these things. I think she's settled in on it. I'm going to go ahead and ask her to walk away from it. If she walks quickly away, then I know that she didn't truly digest them. She just kind of put blinders on. So that was a nice sigh. I'd like a lick and chew would be good. She's thinking about it. You think? Huh? You digest all that yet? Huh? You're a good girl. Yeah. So she hasn't really officially digested everything here yet, I don't believe. I believe she's kind of pretending like it's not there. She's okay with that mentality. Send her over to this saddle. So she thinks the grass is more interesting, but she caused something to move. Let's see if I can send her and put her nose on that saddle. I want her nose on the saddle, so that's my goal right now, is to tell her to put her nose on that saddle. Good girl. Make it move, make it make noises. I'm going to ask her to go back and put her nose when she's done exploring that one. Now she's licking and chewing, that's nice. I'm going to ask her to back up. Back. Good. Ask her to go over there and put her nose on that other saddle. I'm asking her to put her nose on it. Tell her what to do. Go put your nose on that saddle. Good girl. Go put your nose on this saddle. Put your nose on that saddle. Good girl. Go put your nose on that saddle. No, back. She passed it. So I'm going to tell her, no, that's not what I meant. I'd like you to go put your nose on that saddle. So point your nose that way. Good. Ask her to move forward so she can go put her nose on that saddle. I don't know what we see over there. It's something that's making her think she should run. What do you see? Hey. Oh. Farm tractor working its way with blinking lights down the road. So when she checks back in with me, hey, it's gone, I think. I don't still see it. So, again, I'm still focused on getting her nose on that saddle. So put your nose on that saddle. Put your nose, nope. Put your nose on that saddle. So, I'm not going to release her from this until she does what I've specifically looked for. Put your nose on that saddle. Nope. So she's ignoring that saddle. Put your nose on that saddle. Nope. Yep. So I have something in mind. Nope, she avoided it still. There. Good. If she walks away super quick, I'm going to think, nope, okay, we're still a little worried about all that stuff there, so we are. So I'm going to say, okay, let's go back and check it all out again. So, put your nose on that saddle. Nope. You can talk to her nose. Talk to her nose. Good. Nope. Good. Nope. Good. Okay, gonna ask her to put her nose on the bareback pad in the girth. Good girl. Gonna ask her to put her nose on the saddle pad. Nope, talking to your nose. Yep. Nope. Good girl. Ask her to put her nose on this saddle. Back. Get out of my space. Back. Put your nose on that saddle. Good girl. Okay, now can we walk away quietly? Much better. Okay, let her breathe that one out. Let her lick and chew what she's doing. I don't know if you just saw the tongue come out. I might have been blocking. See if she finishes that, because that was a full lick and chew, should have been. And I stopped her, I think. You're a lovely lady. Yes, you are. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the saddle pad. I'm sure I already said I was going to do something different than I'm about to do. I'm going to show her the saddle pad first before I show her the saddle, because I am going to want to put the saddle on her without the saddle pad to make sure it's a good fit, because when you do a saddle fit, it does not include your saddle pad. Let her check it out. Touch her with it. Touch her with it. Touch her with it. See if I can just throw it up there on her. Oh, she wants to check it out. I'm going to let her. So when they reach for something that you're showing them, that's their way of asking, can I look at that? Don't tell them no. You know, say, absolutely you can look at that. Absolutely. right to know what it is you're going to put on them. They have every right to explore it. You shouldn't just throw something on their back and tell them to deal with that. I know you don't even know what it is, just deal with it. I don't agree with that attitude. I say stand, though. So I do say once you've told me you don't need to look at it anymore, that you have to stand and let me show you what I want to do with it after you've looked at it. So she just asked to look at it, and I said, wait, I'm not done. I was on a mission. So that was, but now she doesn't care. So she asked to look at it for a split second. I ignored her, which I was just getting done saying, if your horse asks, let them look. If she asks on my way past now, I'll let her look. So I'm pretty sure she's okay with this, despite that she's a little distracted by somebody's clothes hanging on a clothesline. I'm still going to go ahead and move on. So we're going to go put this back over here. I'm kind of hoping my synthetic saddle will fit her better than the full Western leather saddle, because it makes less noise than my leather saddle does. But if it doesn't fit her, it doesn't fit her. I'm going to go ahead and let her look at this. You lost interest already? So she almost is telling me she's got an opinion. I don't know if she's seen one before. If somebody's thought to throw one on her or chase her around with one, I don't know. But her ears kind of told me she already knows what this is and she doesn't like it. See? So she shouldn't have such a strong opinion of something if she's never been exposed to it. So I'm going to kind of gather she's had one thrown on her back before. See if we can go ahead and throw it up here. Stand. So it's a little big on her. Well, I don't know. Stitch it back a little bit. Okay. Stand, we're checking something. Yeah, you know, I can certainly use this saddle. Good girl. Let her see. Maybe even smell herself on it. Never knock the curiosity out of your horse. Curiosity means that they can't be afraid. They can't be curious and afraid at the same time. So if your horse expresses curiosity, then you make sure that you nurture that. Never, ever try to knock the curiosity out of your horse. So now she just blocked me. So I'm going to say, but I really do want to come over here. Sorry. You know, I am going to be insistent on what I do. I am going to say that fits her okay. You know, there's no bridging. Not pinching her shoulders. Yeah, that one will work, baby. That one will work. Yeah, that one will work. Okay, so she's still expressing an opinion. She's not like mad, you know, her ears aren't flat back. She's not mad, but she's definitely not expressing, this is good for me, I like this. You know, she's not saying, this is what I wanted to do this morning after my breakfast. Yeah, you're allowed to check it out. What do you think? Does that interest you all that much? Yeah. So, I'm not even going to try the other saddle, because like I said, I'd like this one to be the one I use at first anyway. So she tried to come with me, and the rope got kind of tangled onto the saddle, so I appreciate her effort to come with me, and I also appreciate her stopping to the slightest feel on that rope. Yeah, that's a good fit. That's a good fit. That's a good fit. You know, short-backed horse. You know, you got to be careful with all that too. Luckily, I sit kind of forward on my saddle, so her being short-backed, I'm not going to put a lot of weight on the back of that saddle anyway. I'm going to ask her to come with me this time. So I have a feeling we're not even gonna do this today. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see where we're at. Okay. So I'm not gonna let her leave far. She's still looking for that farm tractor that went down the road. Most people do that. I'm hoping that her owner flips that other opposite girth or stirrup up on the horn there, so she doesn't always have that flopping off to the other side and smacking her in the elbow. But I'll get her used to that idea too, I guess. Now, she's a little cinchy with the bareback pad, so I'm imagining we're going to run into that here as well. Stand. So I was trusting her, and I apparently was a little presumptuous that she was good on that. So I'm still safe to pull this back off. I'm only through the cinch, but I'm not doubled over yet. So I'm still safe to throw it right back off if I have to. Once I go through this D-ring up here, I'm committed now. So now I want to make sure I get this on her and snug as quickly as I can, to where if she blows up, we're good. So let her feel that. Kind of get her off of me though. So she's worried. Her ears are telling me she's a little worried about that. It's moving funny. I'm not going to let her move too much before I tighten it up a little bit more, because I did just get it on so it doesn't fall off. Girl, stand. I'm going to snug it up a little bit more. Hopefully we don't get that cinchy thing. So she's a little delayed in expressing her opinion there. Get her away from me. Let her feel that. Out. Girl. Out. Girl. Don't have to go any faster. I'm just telling. Out. Out. Get off me. Good girl. She used to crowd quite a bit in the beginning, so let's see if she can feel what it feels like to bend around on her. Change directions. Out. So she learned the out cue and get off me. No, I didn't say trot. We're going to do that in a second. I want to tighten it more. Hey. Walk. Nice job, though. Walk. Hey. Walk. Girl. So she interpreted my wave at her to go out as me asking her to trot. I'm going to disengage her again. Stand. I'm going to ask her to let me tighten this a little bit more. See if we can avoid a reaction. Good. That was pretty nice. That's pretty snug too, huh? You did good there. So I'm going to actually go ahead and fold this up here for a second. Yeah. So let her feel that with it snugger. So what I'm doing right now is I'm watching her eye and I'm watching her ear. And I'm trying to determine whether or not she's worried, angry, or could give a hoot. I'm going to say she's a little worried. She's got a little arc in the top of her neck, which is what she does when she's a little upset. But I'm not thinking that's nice. She shook it off. That was nice. Good. So she's got a little ball going on here. Good. So the next thing I do with Western saddles, or English saddles, but Western saddles don't seem to make as much noise. Good girl. She's inviting me on. That was beautiful. That was so nice. See if she does it again if I step away from her. Oh, how nice is that? You are such a cool horse. I do like you a lot. Yes, I do. I do like you a lot. Yes, I do. So, this is going to scare her. Or not. If it doesn't, I'm not going to do it until it scares her, so I could tell her, look, let me scare you, so I can tell you not to be scared, even though you weren't scared to begin with. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this side if it scares her. Now remember, each side of a horse is different. Okay, so that did scare her. Until she stops moving her feet, I'm going to keep doing it. Good. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Very happy with that. So, no reason to spend a lot of time trying to scare her into something she's not afraid of, just so you can tell her she doesn't have to be afraid. Now, I did notice the saddle went a little downhill on her. So, it might be something to consider shimming the front of it. I don't use a bucking strap. I don't think her owner has a bucking strap. But that's another way to hold the back of that saddle down. See what it feels like if she trots. Now it's making some noise on her. Let's see what she does. Acting a little bit as driving energy. She's kind of checking in and out of focus on that. Got a little tiny bit gait sour just now. Pretty proud of her. She's not very gait sour today. Change directions. Trot again. Pretty happy with her today. Good. Good. So now she's shying over here, so I'm going to go ahead and ask her to go that way. So she's shying over here. We're going to change directions. Try to fix the areas that she's worried about. Change directions. Change directions. Yeah, she's still not ready. Good. Trot. See if I can take her down here, show her this pole. So she saw it. She thought to do something with her feet, but avoided it enough she didn't need to go over it. Good. 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 She knew what to do with her feet there, all 4 feet. She's pretty good with her feet. I think she's pretty aware of what her feet do. Good girl. I like the deliberate steps with the hind feet. And change directions. No. You think you know, but you don't. Good. I like the deliberate steps with those back feet. I really do. Good girl. So I'm going to ask her to stop. Good. Good girl. Yeah, what do you think of that? Huh? We're going to go ahead and put this in here like it's supposed to be. Okay. We're not going to tighten it anymore, though. Don't worry. Just going to go ahead and do our little tie. See if we can pull some more poles in here. Ooh, they move, don't they? That one's moving. Okay. Put one over here by the gate even. Yeah, we you think? Yeah, look at it. It's cool. Okay, gonna ask her to pick up the trot. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Nope, nobody said. Okay, yep. Good girl. I love that she was able to kind of check out and check right back in. Ask me for direction. Nope, there. She asked me for direction. I told her what I wanted her to do. Good girl. So, you know, she's got to adjust her gait a little bit to, nope, there. Good. Good girl. Now I'm going to ask her if she can stop and come see me. Here, no, I want to see you. Good girl. Good girl. Such a good girl. I like you a lot. Yes, I do. Yeah. So, we got a little pep to our step now. Girl. So I'm not going to long line her with the saddle on unless I go through the stirrups, but I'm not even going to long line her. I think she's pretty good at the long lining. I am going to work on the canter cue in a little bit. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and put the line away. Okay, gonna see if she knows her job now that she's got this saddle on her. It shouldn't change anything, but, you know, I'm gonna go up there and start making noise on it, tell her to go out and around me. What a good girl. What a good girl. What a good girl. I like her a lot. She's a pretty neat horse. I told her owner that she's crazy smart. And I guess the word crazy might have worried him. So he said, you know, can you let me know when we see each other what you mean by that? So when I saw him the other day, I said, no, it was a compliment. She's very busy. She loses her focus very easily. So when she's not focused, of course, she's very difficult to work with. But when she gets focused, when you get into her head and you get her paying attention to you, this horse overachieves, but she overachieves properly. Like, she superachieves. She doesn't give you more than you're asking for, but she gives you what you're asking for with exuberance and with confidence. And she's stepping on the back of my feet. And she's just really, 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 really smart. She's fun to work with because you can kind of go forward quickly as long as you can keep her focused, because her focus is the problem. She's a very busy horse, but watch her superachieve here. Tell me that wasn't a nice, deliberate cross step over. Saddle's right where I need it, but she's not allowed to leave, and she's going to be made wrong for that. So we're going to go ahead and really challenge her. Not sure why she got on that side of me. I'm going to tell that. So it might be something I can work on, telling her which side of me to be on. Good. Leave her over here. Stand. Stand. Hey. Stand. Stand. Good girl. Girl. Leave her there. Stand. Stand. Let her think this one through. I'm not going to do a whole lot other than wake her up when she stalls out. Back her up a little bit. Good girl. She's a star. So I'm going to go ahead and tell her, she has to back up a step. There you go. Good girl. Little dramatic. She's good with the dramatics. Now she's a roly-poly girl. So this saddle's probably going to shift real quickly. I hate to really snug it up too much, because I hate to squeeze horses in half. I think if you're a balanced enough rider, you don't have to squeeze your horse in half. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a tight girth, I'm just saying you shouldn't have to squeeze your horse in half. So, kind of hoping that it's snug enough to do what I'm going to do right now. We'll play with it. But because she's round, it's a little bit more challenging to keep the saddle centered when you're working only on a piece of the saddle. So she needs to bring her front feet over here. Such a cool horse. So I'm gonna jump up here, let her get worried, and then tell her she can't leave. Tell her she's wrong for leaving. Make her come back without running into everything. Her front feet need to step over. Good. Do that again without worry. And then leave. No, back. You got too much going on here. You're trying too hard. There you go. There. Nice girl. Nice girl. Nope, she can't leave. She can't leave. Get back here. Get back here right where you're supposed to be. Get back here right where you're supposed to be. So I take up my energy, and when she's right, I go quiet. So, honestly, she's a little overreactive about the rope and flips her head much more than the energy that I'm truly putting on it. But if you just take up your physical body energy and make it almost to where you deliberately get yourself kind of huffing and puffing so they know that your adrenaline is up. Stop. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of help her here. Stand. You can stand and wait. But you have to be able to go from huffing and puffing, the heart pumping, adrenaline driven, you're bad, to, you're right, stay there, good girl, to being able to just take it down instantly into a, you're right, that's all I wanted. Don't nibble on my leg. Okay, so, you have to keep your emotions out of working with horses. And when your emotions get involved, your horse senses your emotions and feeds off of your emotions. And especially starting a horse, your adrenaline comes up just because of the sheer thrill of it, right? You're about to swing on your leg over a horse that's never felt somebody on their back before. Your adrenaline is going. It's natural. So that you have to control how that projects to your horse. Otherwise, you can end up in a lot of trouble. And same thing when you're telling them they're bad. You have to get real energetic, real emotional, real charged. And then as soon as they get the answer right, you have to go deep breath, quiet. Relax. Cock a leg. Let them know that they did the right thing so they can always tell the difference between wrong and right. Can't hold a grudge. Okay, a lot of times you find trailer loading, that's where the grudges get held. Horse does something bad about getting on the trailer. You've been there for 20 minutes, half hour, and you just want the horse to get on the trailer, you know, just get on already, and you're mad, the horse maybe even kicked out at you, maybe reared up a bunch of times. If you react frustrated, if you react angrily, your horse will continue to be afraid of that trailer, and now afraid of you as well. If your horse kicks out at you, you respond and you react to that, and then you move on and go back to quiet and calm and back to the job that you're trying to do. And you do not project anger at the horse when you're asking them to trust you. And if after you've addressed a horse kicking out at you, if you just move on and go back to, look, this is what we're trying to do, let's not do that again. You've been disciplined for that, but I'm not going to be mad at you for the rest of the day because of it. Your horse will learn to trust you and will learn to accept the correction as a correction and not as starting a pattern of mistrust and even dislike. This is a very talking, I'm just trying to get her to get used to the feel of the saddle. Step up. Good girl. Such a good girl. Stand. You shouldn't have left. You shouldn't have left. Step over. Good. Good. Yeah. Honey, what do you think? You can watch me do that. That's right. Yeah. So a nice lick and chew. Looking for her to really digest all of this. I prefer doing a lot of stuff bareback with these horses in the beginning because it's a lot easier for me to swing off of a bareback pad than it is to swing out of a saddle. If things go wrong, I want to be able to get my feet on the ground as fast as possible. I'm not interested in bronc riding, and I have no reason to make any of these horses think that that's their job. So I want to make sure all my work is done and it's done well so that never happens. But on the off chance that it could happen, I want to make sure that I can get off that horse as fast as I need to on my own energy, not because I was launched off of them. So I'm going to put reins on her. I'm going to debate whether or not I'm going to sit in the saddle or if she needs a few more bareback pad rides. But we'll see. My shoulder seems to be feeling okay right now, so let's see what she needs from me now. Another thing I need to get her used to when you get to, you lead your horse over the mounting block with your reins in your hand, she needs to get used to having them thrown over the front of her face, right? Nice that she brought her face even to me. That's a nice girl. That's a nice girl. I don't like to ride on the side of a saddle. I don't like to mount from the ground. All horses need to know how to accept that, of course. But I don't like to put undue stress on the opposite side of their wither, or to slide that girth across their belly as hard as it slides when you mount from the ground. So I do a lot of mounting block stuff. I do think it's important that they know how to step over to a fence or step over to a rock or a log or whatever it is if you're out on the trail and you had to get down for some reason and now you need to figure out how to get back on and you don't have good knees and you really can't get on from the ground anyway. It's good for a horse to know how to step over to things. Go ahead and flip these over her head again. That's a nice girl. So we weren't really straight on the mounting block that time. Such a nice girl. Okay, so there we go. We got in the habit of kind of stepping a little further back than I want. Yeah. Good. Yeah. You don't, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's unacceptable. It was a gentle taste, but we don't taste me at all. So the saddle is shifting, which is kind of what I didn't want to have happen. You're okay. Hey, you do not follow me when I put my hand on your nose. I don't even really like doing that. That's kind of not fair either. I don't want to tighten it though, baby. I don't feel that that's fair either. Nice lick and chew. Good girl. Good girl. So she knows about going to the gate. When I push on her neck like that, it's to tell her to stop arching her neck. I got one foot in the stirrup, one foot not, in case I need to swing off. But when I first get on, she really arches her neck right there. And good girl. Now ask her to hoe. Let her watch me get off. Good girl. Pretty happy with that. Lick and chew. Really happy with that. I just don't want to hang on the saddle. I've done enough bareback with her now that I think she's accepted me sitting on her. Such a good girl. Such a good girl. Such a good girl. Yeah. I'm up here, baby. I like that she doesn't mind me wiggling the reins around. She wants to go to the gate. I'm going to tell her, no, let's not do that. Push on her neck a little. Good. Okay, let's go over here. Yeah. Yeah, let's go over here. Again, I'm deliberately keeping one leg out. Yeah. So she's deciding now that I'm not with her that those saddles are a little scary. Go ahead. Good. Tell her what to do with her neck. It's fine if she flips her nose up. It's kind of an Arabian thing, and it's an anxiety thing for her. See if I can get her to pass the gate. That would be super crazy. Without her getting mad. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Like I said, I'm pushing on her neck on purpose. It's almost acting as a driving energy. I'm going to hoe her right here. Or watch me get off. Very happy with her right now. So happy with her right now. And honestly, when you do a lot of stuff that their body has never felt before, like riding them, getting on their backs, sitting on them, making them move, making their muscles move out from underneath of you. You know, you got to take in consideration, have you ever gone to the gym for the first time and the next day and 2 days later you're really sore even though you don't feel like you did a whole lot? Well, take that into consideration when you first start your horse or you first get back on your horse for the season and you have given them a lot of time off. Kind of give that some consideration. So today I'm giving this to consideration. She not only has had me on her back a few times now, and I'm sure it's a little sore, but she also carried a little more weight today than she did, you know, before today. So I'm going to accept that. I was able to get her past the gate, and I'm going to accept that as my ride for the day. Come here, baby. I'm going to take you over here because it's easier for me. So I'm actually even going to turn her loose and pick up those poles. Okay. She heard a noise in the barn. I like that she wanted to stay with me. How cool would that be if I could get her to do the mounting block right now? I didn't think so. She thought about it, that's why I wanted to try it.